news, information, interviews, in-depth weather, and more. It's Terry Henne and his Farm Show on 100.5 and 790 News Radio WSGW and online WSGW.com.
A mostly cloudy good morning to some of you, a little bit of sunshine for others. Hey, I hope your day is going well for you, wherever you might be. We're currently looking at pretty mild temperatures. We started overnight. Our overnight low was before midnight, and as the day or the evening went, those temperatures continued to climb. And right now we are looking at temperatures in the upper 30s. We'll get the latest from Matthew here in just a moment. Chilly day, a little bit on the breezy side yesterday, warmer temperatures, as we said, rising temperatures overnight. We owe it all to a low-pressure system, which with the warm front has been pulling some of that air from the central part of the country up into our region. It looks as though the warmer temperatures are going to be relatively short-lived. We should see another evening and another day tomorrow of mild temperatures. As a matter of fact, tomorrow, some of you will be looking at 50 degrees for a high, but plenty of clouds throughout the period. Some sun mixed in, breezy. We're going to be looking at a west wind gusting up to about 25 miles per hour as we go into the afternoon, and then tapering off a little bit later on tonight or this afternoon, before it picks up and comes out of the south. And we'll have some gusts of up to 30 miles per hour, but again, some very mild temperatures. Matthew, what are we looking at right now?
Well, over at the airport, it's cloudy at 38. Over in Midland, it's cloudy at 40. Here, Radio Center, it's also cloudy at 40. We have west winds at 12 miles per hour, and our pressure is at 29.86, and it's rising.
We have a few 40-degree temperatures, the majority of them in southeast Michigan here, as Matthew said, and down in the Detroit area. You go a little bit further north, it is cooler. Alpena right now is looking at 35. Gaylord is at 32. Houghton Lake at 34. Traverse City, 36. Then you get up into the upper peninsula, temperatures upper 20s and low 30s there. Everyone is going to warm up. Probably the only exception tomorrow is going to be in the upper peninsula, and more specifically in the western part of the UP. Their temperatures are going to reflect the cool temperatures that we will be getting to as we go in later in the day tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow night. A mix of sun and clouds, breezy conditions today, as we said. Clouds tonight. Our high temperature for the day is right about where we're at. We're looking to drop down to a little bit below the freezing mark tonight, but mostly cloudy. And during the day tomorrow, we are anticipating some strong gusty winds out of the south continuing. They will pick up, as I said, overnight tonight and continue tomorrow, gusting up to about 35 miles per hour coming out of the south. 48 is what I'm looking at here in the mid-Michigan area, in the Great Lakes Bay area, but some, especially south of us and west and southwest, they will be looking at over 50 degrees. It'll be a damp day. It'll start off with a little bit of mist and some light rain, but then later in the afternoon and into the evening, that's when the more concentrated rain is going to be moving through. That'll be ahead of a front that will be moving through the state in the evening hours tomorrow night. So after a high of, let's say, right around 50, we'll drop down to 23 for a low tomorrow night as that front moves through. The low-pressure system causing all of this is moving from Wisconsin, moving into eastern Ontario province by evening tomorrow night. So behind that, there is going to be a pretty good chance of seeing some snow showers. Also, because of the rain shower activity tomorrow night into the early morning hours on Friday morning and that sharp temperature drop, there will be a pretty good chance of icy spots and very possibly some very slick roads. So plan on giving yourself, as I mentioned yesterday, a little bit more time to get to where you want to go, because it is going to be quite slick. The road crews are going to have to work at it because those temperatures are not going to get much higher than 25 for a high on Friday. Along with that slick road conditions, Pretty good chance of snow shower activity once again for Friday. 25 for a high, 19 for a low. Moving into Saturday, the roller coaster ride takes us back up. About 38 degrees for a high on Saturday, but a pretty good chance of snow showers, especially in the morning hours on Saturday. After a high of about 38 on Saturday, we'll drop down to 20 for a low on Saturday night. Then on Sunday, fairly uneventful with no precipitation, but 25 for a high and 12 for a low. That, in a nutshell, is what the weather is going to be looking like for the next few days as far as specific numbers and that sort of stuff. We'll touch on all of that as we go through the show today. We've got a really busy day lined up. Who's on deck, Matthew?
Coming up next, we have Cody Harris from Star of the West, and we also have Doug Klein from Oppenheimer.
Well, before we get to them, we want to remind you the weather forecast brought to you by the folks at Nutrient Ag Solutions.
Nutrient Ag Solutions has the local expertise to recommend the corn, soybean, and other seed products that are the best fit for your field. Plus, unparalleled agronomic support with products and services to unlock yield potential and improve crop performance from planting to harvest. Ask about our financing options to help you get more from every acre and lead the field. Visit your local Nutrient Ag Solutions branch or go to nutrientagsolutions.com.
They say there's a secret to growing a great crop. At Nutrient Ag Solutions, they beg to differ. It all starts with a strong foundation, and when it comes to fertilizer, there's no question that Titan XE drives dry fertilizer performance. They've been unlocking the potential in every prill of dry fertilizer with biocatalyst technology for over a decade. Visit lpi.ag/Titan or contact your Nutrient Ag Solutions crop consultant to drive your crop's potential today. Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at Steiner Tractor. New parts for old tractors made easy. You know, they do take their job really personally at Steiner Tractor Parts because they know how you feel. You've got an older tractor, you need parts, or you need the parts not only to make it run so you can make it work, but you need parts so that the tractor, the restorability of that tractor is a whole lot easier. It all comes down to this. They've got the parts for the tractor that you need. 800-234-3280. That's the number. Or go to their website at steinertractor.com. Matthew, you mentioned that some of your friends can't wait for summer already.
Yeah, we were talking about it yesterday, and I mentioned the fact that I'm ready for winter to be over and for the summertime to be here. And yeah, they made the comment, we're just getting started, and we haven't even really entered winter yet.
Well, yeah, and officially winter doesn't start here for a couple more days. So, and I did get the long range for the month of January.
Is it good or bad?
We'll talk about that tomorrow.
Okay.
All right. Let's double check and see how the markets are doing. Cody Harris over at Star of the West joining us right now. And Cody, I noticed we had a couple pluses, but we still have a few more negatives than I'd care to see. I think, Cody, did we lose him? I think we might have. Tell you what, why don't we, do we have Doug Klein on the line? All righty, let's slide over first of all to Doug Klein and see how things are going on in Chicago. Doug, I was going to talk to Cody and I said, okay, I see on the commodities, we got a couple of pluses, but I see we got some negatives too.
Yeah, I got a lot more green than he's got.
Oh, right. Good.
Yeah,
well, I'm glad we took you first.
Yeah. But the stock market's been pretty wild today. The Dow was up like 180 points this morning. Now it's down 100. Caterpillar has a little bit to do with that, down 28 points today, kind of getting slammed. No good reason, just computer trading. Nvidia's getting slammed today, almost 4%. That's probably entering some sort of a bear market. And I don't know how to explain the falling knife theory other than be careful with that one. What else is interesting? Oh, silver hit an all-time high today, 66.13. So that's up another 4% or so. Platinum hit an all-time high today. They're trading at 1,914. The other two guys have not hit new highs today. Crude oil did not hit a new low today, so that's kind of flattened out at 56. I just as soon see them go down, but I take what I can get. Here's your numbers. The March corn, 439 1/4, up 2 3/4. September corn 448 and a quarter, up 3/4 of a penny. March soybeans 1066 and a half, down 5 and a quarter. September soybeans 1073 and 3/4, down a penny. The March wheat 507, down 2 and a half. September wheat 542 and a quarter, down a half of a penny. So you can see the nearer by is a lot more volatile than the further out, interestingly enough. Sugar's at 14.79, down 3 cents. Crude oil 55.96, up 83 cents. Heating oil 213.85, up a penny. And there was some news out on that the diesel fuel storage build was higher than expected. So that was at some point this morning down about 1 or 2 cents, but has recovered. Gasoline 169.78, up 1.7 cents. And natural gas 401 and a quarter, up 12.7 cents. Over to currencies, Canadian dollar, US dollar buys $1.3785 Canadian. That's up 31 ticks. The dollar buys 155.49 yen. That's up 78 ticks. The euro's at 117.50, up 4 ticks. And the dollar's at 98.30, up 15.5 ticks. Gold's at 43.3950, up $24.30 an ounce. Silver is 65.44, up $2.57. Platinum's at 1915.90, up $40.40. Copper's at 435.25, up 5 cents.
All righty.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just another day.
Another day.
Yep. Doug, you take care. Thank you so much.
Yep.
Doug Klein over at Oppenheimer. Now we've got Cody Harris from Star of the West. Market Report brought to you by Thumb Bank, working with farmers for a long, long time, 1895. They've got 13 locations throughout the Thumb and the Great Lakes Bay. And now's the time you should be talking to those folks if you haven't done it already. Thumb Bank, where relationships are built on trust. Market Report also brought to you by Legendary Tree Care. Tree trimming, tree removal, you need them? Hey, no job is too big or too small. They're fully licensed and insured, and they do specialize in those big projects. Legendary Tree Care, mi.com, or like them on Facebook. All right, Cody, we gave you a little bit more time. Did the markets improve?
I wish I could say they did, but unfortunately they did not. So we got a pretty good mixed bag here this morning. Corn seems to be the one that maybe be bucking the trend. They're up a couple here today, but kind of it seems like another day here in the markets are kind of bearish news across the board. It seems like.
So right now on the board, what do you got, Cody?
Yeah, currently right now I have cash wheat down 3 at the moment, 487 on the white, 412 on the red. New crop 2026 wheat I got down 2 at the moment, 518 on the white, 433 on the red. Looking over at cash and new crop corn, that's up 2 at 379. And then your big mover, kind of in the wrong direction, is soybeans. Cash and new crop soybeans are down 7 at the moment at 991.
How the corn piles out at Star of the West?
Yeah, so far we're getting through there pretty good on that end. I haven't heard too much griping from the elevator locations on that. So I would say everything's probably going status quo, which means it's good on our end on that. But it's definitely been a challenge here in this weather the last few weeks, that's for sure.
Well, yeah, and again, now we're starting to get a little variation here as far as temperatures go. But for the most part, it got cold enough, long enough to kind of give us a little consistency right now for anything that's stored outside.
Yep, I would agree with that. Yeah, there's actually, even though it's been a little brutal to us, the consistency in that weather definitely has been helping out.
All righty. Cody, you have a great day. We'll talk to you again soon, okay?
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it, Terry.
You bet. Cody Harris over at Star of the West. Kryzak's House Family Restaurant, great place to go to dine in, especially for the holidays. And also, if you've got an event coming up, hey, for all I know, you might have something going on at your house for New Year's, maybe. Well, better check and see, because Kryzak's is really, that calendar's really been filling up. They supply the food for events all the time, holidays, whatever the occasion is. 989-894-5531. That's the telephone number. Give them a call. They'll be more than happy to take care of you right away. Kryzak's House Family Restaurant, corner of Cass in Michigan, on the south side of Bay City. Market Report also brought to you by Quality Roasting of Reese, offering competitive, consistent prices for your soybeans. Give them a call for a quote today. On tap with us right now, Matthew, who do we have?
Coming up next, we have Scott Dumas from Nutrient Ag.
Scott, good morning. How are you this morning?
I'm good, Terry. How are you?
Hey, not too bad. I've been staying warm, layered up, all this stuff. And now
You've had to do that the last few days.
Yeah, now it sounds like I'm going to have to put the long johns in the drawer for a couple of days.
Yeah, a little change in weather here. We'll get a little thaw here, and then it looks like it's going to cool back down on Friday.
Well, I'll tell you, it would really be nice, quite frankly, after Christmas, if we could just get rid of some of this snow on the farm fields and then let it turn cold. We do need some frost in the ground, and I just don't think we've got much.
No, I don't think we have. If there is, it's minimal. I mean, the snow's got that insulated, and under the snow in these fields, doesn't seem to be froze, which is good and bad. I mean, the wheat crop could use just this insulation, but we'd also like to see some freezing out there to maybe correct some of the sins that have happened the last few years.
You know, the wheat crop really looked good this fall. Did you see very many questionable fields?
No, I think our wheat crop looks good. A lot of it was planted what I would call somewhat early after dry beans and some of the early sugar beets and early soybeans, and it looked really good going into winter dormancy.
Now, did most of the farmers get on what they should get, what they should put on the wheat in the fall, or are farmers just kind of tooling it back just a little bit?
There was a little bit of tooling it back a little bit. I mean, but for the most part, I'd say they put on the proper amount of nutrients and everything for that wheat crop. I mean, if they need to add a little bit more, they can do that during their spring applications.
Now, as far as getting ready for 2026, have farmers been in contact with you folks to kind of plan ahead here just a little bit?
Yeah, we've been quite active, which is a good thing. There's a lot of planning going on. I mean, right from the seed process. And right now we've got some nice programs offering 0% interest on some crop protection products that I think a lot of people are quite interested in looking at.
Yeah, and at this stage of the game, there is still time to look at that, isn't there?
Yeah, there sure is. I mean, some of them run through January 15th. So, yes, now's the time to look at that stuff.
All righty. Scott Dumas, thank you so much. Won't have a chance to talk to you before Christmas anyway. So Merry Christmas to you and everybody at Nutrien. All right.
Merry Christmas to you and all the listeners as well. Thanks, Terry.
You bet. Scott Dumas with Nutrien Ag. Going to take a break, and then coming up next, Matthew, who do we have?
Coming up next, we have Joe Kramer from the Michigan Bean Commission.
But first, this.
PowerLift hydraulic doors. Ever heard of them? PowerLift hydraulic doors is the largest hydraulic door manufacturer in North America, manufacturing and installing hydraulic doors for over 30 years. Covering the entire state of Michigan, we can custom design your new door up to 150 feet by 45-foot clear opening. We can fit your airplane hangar, agricultural shed, industrial or commercial structure with a strong, reliable, and high-performance door. Nothing beats a PowerLift hydraulic door built right here in Marlette, Michigan. Our custom hydraulic doors are designed for your toughest jobs.
Hi, I'm Andy. The price we give you is the installed price, and you deal with us from the beginning to the end. To schedule your PowerLift door consultation, call 989-635-8017 and ask for Andy, or visit powerliftdoorsmi.com. PowerLift Hydraulic Doors of Michigan. When you need it done right, we lift you above the rest.
Hey, it's Brian Grew, your local Beta Seed sales manager. Another sugar beet harvest is in the books, and we're already testing the hybrids that will define the next decade of performance. Your feedback fuels the science behind higher yields and stronger disease protection. Because at Beta Seed, confidence isn't a promise, it's a proven result. Talk to your Beta Seed rep or visit betaseed.com to learn more. There's a science to breeding confidence.
Well, over the holidays, a lot of folks are celebrating, a lot of folks' anticipation of what's going to be happening at Christmas and at New Year's, families getting together. The Michigan Wheat Program is celebrating Michigan's wheat farmers this year. They produced a record-setting bushel per acre statewide yield for red and white soft winter wheat during the 2025 harvest. Figures from the Department of Ag show that Michigan wheat farmers produced an average of 90 bushels per acre, which was the fourth highest yield per acre among all types of wheat grown in the state. And among the states that grow winter wheat, which is Michigan's strength, the Great Lakes state had the second highest yields, only behind Idaho. The old record, 89 bushels, and that was set in 2016. So again, congratulations to our wheat growers. Along with me right now, we have Joe Kramer, Executive Director of the Michigan Bean Commission. And Joe, our dry bean producers had an okay year this year, didn't they?
Yeah, I think they had an okay year yield-wise. Some good yields, and then some guys that suffered a little bit. But I think we come up with short of a state average by a bag or two is what I'm thinking. We haven't seen the numbers yet, but we will soon enough. So, yeah.
How we doing? How we doing as far as selling some of our beans right now?
Well, we got to spend a few days in Mexico City week before last, and we were there Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. We flew to Costa Rica and met buyers there. And, you know, I come away from that feeling great about the relationships that have been developed over multiple generations and a fair amount of loyalty there I can see. But we are under some pretty intense pressure from Brazil, Argentina. Even our friends in Mindac have really upped their game in terms of quality. And so we're just getting challenged all the time for market share. And the best way to gain market share is offering cheap prices. And so we're seeing some of those lower prices, obviously, on the boards here around the state of Michigan. We're going to take a little time to work our way through that.
Do we have quite a few beans that we need to sell, or have we been able to be relatively consistent with our sales?
Well, I think the navy bean arena, the small red arena are taking care of themselves. I feel pretty good about that. The pinto bean world and the black bean world, we got work to do there. We've got, I don't know, maybe a third of next year's crop projected as carryover in pinto beans and black beans. And so we need to find some new homes for some of that volume, and you're seeing that reflected in pricing. So I wish we could get bean guys shouldn't say this, but I wish we could get soybeans to $12.50 a bushel or something like that, so that this would become a little more aggressive for acres and help our bean markets at the same time.
Yeah, it sure would, because everything works together, doesn't it, Joe?
It does. There's a little rubber band between all of it.
There you go. Joe Kramer, always good to talk. We'll try to get together next week, but if we don't, have a very happy holiday and a Merry Christmas to you and everybody at the Bean Commission.
You too. Thanks, Terry.
You bet. Joe Kramer with the Michigan Bean Commission. Craig Voorhees with the Rummel Agency joining me right now. And Craig, we're talking year end. So I got a funny feeling we're going to talk year end with you.
You good guess, Terry. Yeah, we're fast approaching, and people are looking at their books and getting ready to close those out. And you know, despite the crop prices, there's still some folks out there that need to or want to spend some money, so they don't have to send it to Uncle Sam. So we always get that happening this time of year. And with all the hustle and bustle of the holidays and everything, don't forget to add those items to your insurance policy. I'm specifically talking about vehicles. Yes, some folks forget to call us and when they bought something new. ATVs, side-by-sides, and snowmobiles are the other items that seem to get purchased this time of year.
Yeah, so do all the paperwork and don't forget, okay? Right?
Exactly.
All right. Craig Voorhees, always good to talk. We'll talk to you again soon, all right?
Yes, we will. Thanks, Terry.
Craig Voorhees with the Rummel Agency. We'll be right back.
It happens after every commercial building gets built.
That looks great, boys. Wow, what a change. The owners are going to be thrilled.
Even after cleaning up the garage or shed. That leftover scrap metal can be a burden. but it doesn't have to be, and it can make you some cash. Rifkin Scrap Iron and Metal is a metal recycling company that'll pay you cash and recycle your metal for the future. Rifkin Scrap Iron and Metal also makes it easy. We can provide containers for industrial manufacturing facilities and small specialty shops for moving and storing scrap metals. Looking to scrap a vehicle? We got you. Rifkin Scrap Iron and Metal in Saginaw, just north of the Dow Event Center. Also located in West Branch, 1 mile off I-75 and M76. Schedule a car pickup or check metal prices now at rifkin-co.com. Rifkin Scrap Iron and Metal, recycling today for tomorrow.
Friday, bonus pricing has been extended at Rifkin Steel.
Farm Service has been brought to you today by the folks at Freeland Bean and Grain, your Dairyland seed headquarters. Talking year end, still a good time to be contacting Vic and all the folks at Freeland and get things lined up for next year, pricing wise as well as supply wise. Remember, serving you is their business. They've been doing it since 1983. Freeland Bean and Grain. We'll be back at 12:30 with an update, so you stick around for that. Now we conclude our program with the playing of our national anthem, brought to you by Euclid Avenue Coin in Bay City.
Broadcasting from the Stormmaster Exterior Studios, WSGW, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland, WSGW FM, Carlton. This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Steel.
I'm Vicki Barker. The state of California hasn't executed anyone in close to 20 years, but that may change.